What did your grandma cook with? We have been cooking with beef tallow for thousands of years. It's probably one of the best sources of fat you can cook with. The problem is the modern diet has replaced this highly nutritious, nutrient-dense, all-purpose cooking fat with a modern alternative. And this is vegetable or seed oils. Depending on where you live, those two can be interchangeable. Is an oil that's derived from the seed of a plant like a sunflower, and it goes through a process, a very highly intensive process to actually get the oil extracted so you can use it for cooking. So in this two-part video series, you're currently watching part one. We're going to go through, firstly, what is grass-fed beef tallow and why is it important, and where you can source it locally, especially if you're living in Cape Town. And two, how this amazing fat source can actually transform your skin health. So nose to tail living is not just about eating and consuming, it's also about using and utilizing. So things like the fat of a beautifully raised, majestic cow in the grasslands of South Africa can really be utilized to its full potential. And that means using the fat for your skin, using the skin for leather. We often think of nose to tail as just eating, so eating all parts of the animal, but no, it doesn't stop there. It's actually using and utilizing this sacred animal that does so much for us, and we are so forever grateful for. Essentially, it is rendered fat from suet, which is the parts of the fat on the cow that's like around the kidneys and the organs, and it gets cooked and rendered and it gets filtered and it creates this beautiful white yellowish liquid, which is essentially the fat. So like butter, coconut oil or lard from pigs, beef tallow at room temperature is solid, but when it's heated up, it turns into a liquid form. And I'll touch on this later, but beef tallow is very stable at high temperatures. This is super important, so please remember it. Beef tallow contains two special fats that's worth shouting out. One of them is stearic acid, and two, conjugated linoleic acid, CLA. Beef tallow is the second highest source of stearic acid behind cacao butter. And stearic acid improves things like your cholesterol levels, insulin resistance, diabetes, so essentially how your body utilizes glucose. But let's just, again, forget about that. What did your grandma cook with? What did the people in this early 1900s, 1800s cook with? They cooked with animal fats, and you didn't see many overweight people. That wasn't really a thing. Cancers were low. There is some interesting research, which I'm not going to get into now, but I've seen graphs where essentially the introduction of seed oils into the modern diet almost perfectly correlates with this steep increase in obesity. The fact of the matter is, animal fat and animal protein is the most natural source of food that we have in our diets today, especially with the contamination of pretty much everything these days. Whereas things like seed oils are literally manufactured in a crazy factory environment that uses tons of machinery, tons of weird shit to get this little oil out of the seed. Which would you choose? Would you choose the pure, unadulterated, grass-fed fat that we've been cooking with for thousands of years, or would you be choosing the seed oil that's a modern invention? And what's pretty cool about beef tallow, it contains fat-soluble vitamins, depending on where you are, vitamins, A, D, E, K. Your body can't really put these vitamins to work without a source of fat. So you'll often see that these vitamins that are packaged on the shelf from supplement companies will come with a bit of a fat source. So vitamin D will be placed in something like olive oil or coconut oil. But it's important because these fat sources actually help your body absorb these vitamins. So beef tallow has a very insanely high smoke point. So many cooking oils, like your seed oils and vegetable oils, like I mentioned, at high temperatures are easily oxidized. And it's basically theorized that these free radicals cause oxidative stress, which impact your cells and your DNA. So tallow actually prevents these free radicals from forming during the process of cooking, which again, makes sense. If you think about when seed oils came into diets, how things like heart disease and cancer and shit has just been rising. And here's the scary thing. I just want to challenge you to go into a supermarket now today, or whenever you are, and go look at the labels, go look at the food around you, and just go look at how many products have seeds/vegetables in now as a preservative or as a flavor enhancer. It is insane. 80-90% of the products on the shelf contain these oils. It's virtually impossible to find places now that do not contain these vegetable/seed oils in our diets. Tallow smoke point is around 200 to 250 degrees Celsius. This means you can use this oil at high temperature cooking for roasting, frying, doing whatever. And another crazy thing that I remember reading the other day is that, McDonald's back in the day actually used to fry their chips, their potato chips, in tallow. That's basically saying that, McDonald's chips back in the day were probably not too bad for you, because what makes the modern potato chip very bad for you, besides the fact that it's got tons of preservatives and it's like really cheaply manufactured and it's packaged and all of that stuff, is that they cook it in seed and vegetable oils. It is drenched in vegetable oils. So you are eating this potato chip that's not really a potato anymore. You're eating this industrialized modern food source, which is just not very good for you. Number one, we've got the Great Cape Trading Company. They've got an online store. They also have a store in Big Bay. And I must admit, this is one of our favorite sources of tallow. Their packaging's really cool. It's artisanal. It's grass-fed. It's everything that we need. And it comes in a really pretty hefty block that lasts pretty long. It can last like 6 months in the fridge. The Great Cape Trading Company's beef tallow is about 300 grams, and that costs 89 Rand. Pretty affordable, pretty cool. Next up, we've got LA Farms. Their beef tallow is top notch. It comes in a little cardboard tub, which is great. Not using plastic, which we love. And it costs 54 Rand. Next up, we've got Zuni's, a burger shop in Cape Town, which we love going to. They sell tallow for 60 Rand. Next up, we've got Familiar, which is a local farm in Stellenbosch. If you're in that area, they sell tallow. They also sell meats. They sell a lot of their own products, and we love going there to get some local grass-fed meats and products that we enjoy and use a lot. And finally, we've got Frankie Fenders, again, one of the OG grass-fed meat suppliers in Cape Town. They have a great selection of meat, but also they have tallow, and their tallow goes for 80 Rand. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you're getting value out of the videos. Please subscribe, like, comment, click the notification bell, get ready for part 2. When part 2 comes out, it's all going to be related to tallow skincare, which we're very excited about, because the modern skincare products today just contain an insane amount of petrochemicals and things that are actually not that great for your skin. Whereas we've got this amazing source of fat that we can use for our skins that is bio-identical to our skins. And I'm not going to get into too much detail now, but please subscribe so you can get notified for part 2 of this video. Wishing you a blessed day further. It's an honor to walk this path with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers for now.